Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about the battle of the sexes, which is essentially going to be the distinction between men and women. Who is to blame? Is it men? Is it women? Who takes on more of the responsibility? Who takes more of the blame for the way that our world is right now? So I wanted to say that just in general, men and women are to blame. It's not one more than the other, but we also have to understand that we live in a world where we are conditioned to think a particular way, and anything that goes against that way is going to cause havoc. And just like, let's say you suffer an injury in your body. Let's say you hurt your hip. If you hurt your left hip, your right hip is going to overcompensate because it feels like it has to pick up the weight. And I believe that is what has been happening in our world. So I'm going to speak a little bit to that. So when it comes to, being a woman and womanhood, a lot of womanhood is about femininity. So it's about being soft. It's about being more compassionate, more caring, just being like more sensual. Like the essence is it's just like a flow that you go with. Whereas the role of the man has typically been, the person that takes care of business, the person that goes out there and gets it, the person that is assertive, the person that is, dominant, and both of those things are true or have been true. But what men and women need to understand is that those qualities, those masculine and feminine qualities, are in men and women. So it's not the simple fact that all women are just all of this and all men are all of this. No, men and women are both of those things, and whenever they're off balance with our gender or with our souls, because for some people it's not necessarily about gender, it's literally just who they are, the essence of who they are that other people might not necessarily see, but what they get to experience. So when it comes to, and I'm going to speak on black people because I'm black, and that's my experience, that's the majority of my experience, and if this happens to apply to other people, then it absolutely will. So let's say in the scenario of a man and a woman being together, right? If this man is consistent, if this man does what he says he's going to do, if he provides, whether that be financially, whether it be, spiritually, emotionally, like if he's there to protect that woman and make sure she's good, it's going to be a lot easier for, like a woman to just be relaxed. And I'm not going to, my mind wants to tell me to say stay in her place, but not to necessarily stay in her place, but to be more submissive, because there's something there that she trusts. So she can just relax. Now, let's say that the scenario changes and man and woman in a situation, and the guy is telling her he's going to do one thing, but he doesn't follow through, you know, or he says, okay, well, like he makes it just seem like he has it all together when honestly he does not have it all together, but he tries to cover it up or puts things off to the last minute. That is going to make a woman feel very unsafe. It's going to make a woman feel unsafe. It's going to make a woman feel unstable. And if a woman has, for the majority of her life or for her adult life, if she's been taking care of herself and her responsibilities and things have been great, her head is not underwater, she's comfortable, and then a guy comes into her life that brings this uncertainty, sis is gonna feel like she has to take that power back because she's like, yo, he don't know what he doing. Like one of us got to be in control. So naturally, there has to be somebody that's more in the dominant role. And honestly, that's what's happening a lot in the black community is that women are taking on the more dominant role because one, they don't necessarily have partners that they trust, and not to say that these partners aren't doing what they're supposed to do because they absolutely could be, but the core, the root of it is a lot of it goes back to our childhoods. And if a woman or a man has not grown up in a household, let's say a woman hasn't grown up in a household with a father, she does not know what it's like to take direction from a man. She does not know what it's like to even have a relationship with a man that doesn't want her anything out, outside of anything sexual. Yes, there are family friends and uncles and mentors and stuff, but there's just nothing like the love of a father. Same thing on the flip side when it comes to a man and his mother. If a guy grows up without a mother or a mother figure, and like I said, the love of your mother, it's unmatched. If a guy does not grow up with the love of a mother, he's missing out on compassion. He's missing out on that nurturing. He's missing out on that more of that soft side in his life. So he also is in a state of instability because he does not feel secure in who he was because it was never validated. And the same for the woman. So what a lot of men and women are doing right now are running around projecting and throwing their pain onto other people. And what a lot of people need to do is that, first of all, we need to find out what love is. People need to find out what love is, and it's going to take for you to go inside yourself. It's going to take for you to go inside yourself to know what love is, because it's not anything that's outside of you. And I know these sayings, they sound like all cliche. Love yourself first. If you don't love yourself, nobody will. And it sounds good, but I really want y'all to sit and literally think about this for like 5 minutes straight. Just think about it. Like, what does that really mean? And then not only what does that mean, but how are you showing up for yourself? How are you loving yourself? How are you caring for yourself? How can other people look at you and be like, dang, like I could tell that's somebody that like your spirit is just lifted up because they can tell that you love yourself based on how you talk, based on how you carry yourself, based on how you act. Those are all indications of who you are as a person in general. So we have to learn how to be more compassionate and understanding with each other. Men and women are literally hurt and projecting that hurt onto each other. So like, just like the saying, hurt people, that's exactly what these failed relationships, these toxic relationships are a result of. People that are hurt on a much deeper level that will never be fulfilled by a partner. So a lot of people need to go to therapy first and foremost. First and foremost, go to therapy. Speak to a professional. If you're not able to go to therapy, to afford therapy, get a life coach, get a counselor, get in touch with somebody that can give you a second opinion. Because just as Albert Einstein has said, you cannot fix a problem from the same mindset that created it. You literally cannot. You would have to become a completely different person. You would have to completely rearrange your mindset and your DNA. Like, it's that deep. You would literally have to completely change who you are in order to solve this problem. And a lot of us we live so deeply in our emotions that we're not able to do that. And we have to be honest and we have to be real about that. And that's another thing. A lot of people are not honest and real about who they are, what they're capable of, and what they may be overlooking. A lot of times we overlook things because we think, oh, well, if it doesn't look like this, then it's not a problem. And it is a problem. It is a problem. So we just got to get honest. We got to get real. We got to get serious. And spread love. Whatever love that you do have, just know that love is never painful. So, if you're ever doing something to purposefully hurt somebody, it doesn't matter if you're hurting somebody in a small way, like he joking hurt, or like I'm literally trying to crush you. Like I'm trying to just devour and destroy your spirit and about to make you feel some type of way. It doesn't matter. Hurt is hurt. If you want to hurt somebody, it's because you need to forgive yourself. There's somebody in your past maybe that you need to forgive, but it's going to start with you. So let's just cut this out. It's not worth it to be going, men and women to be going back and forth. A lot of us need help. Go see somebody, go speak to somebody. And just do the right thing because, we are creating children now and their lives are at stake. They are the future, and if they're being raised on the mindsets that we were raised on, we see how generations before us came. Do you honestly believe that you can grow up in generations of people with all of that conditioning and all of that indoctrination and not be affected by it? It's not possible. It's literally like putting on a shirt with glitter and none of the glitter touching you. It just does not work that way. So just get honest, just get real about your situation. Heal. Heal people. I'll talk to y'all later.